So we've got a young core team. That's kind of basically where I'm going for this. Have you seen a theme? Lions, young, homegrown, general manager who came in and said, I'm rebuilding this whole thing from a culture all the way up. Pistons, young core, homegrown, same thing. Ground up, rebuild the culture. Red Wings, Tigers, all the same thing. No different than the city of Detroit, guys. This entire city, I hate to be corny, is being rebuilt in the last, I don't know, 10 to 15 years, starting with downtown, starting with not just these arenas, not just these restaurants, but these neighborhoods too, right? The industry. You're seeing people, and I don't give a shit what you say. It's not the Detroit I grew up in. There's street lights. The neighborhoods are a lot cleaner. Although there may be no houses and it's just cut grass and empty lots, at least all those blight has been removed, right? I'd rather have one house in the neighborhood where everything else is just open fields and woods. Nothing wrong with that, right? Better than the unsafe houses that were run down and the ugliness that it brings. So, anyways, where I'm going with this is you don't take a city like Detroit, you don't take teams like any four of the Detroit teams and build them up like Boston, LA. I hate to say it, but any of the teams in Florida. I mean, you don't just bring pieces and you don't import them, right? You don't import them into your city. You import internally, right? And then you export out a championship. And that's the only way you're going to do that here in the city of Detroit. And that's what these teams are doing. Now, it just so happens that us as fans happen to be on kind of a nice little wave to watch it all build, right? Some of us, right? I look at some of like my kids, the younger dudes, and I'm like, you don't know what it's like when they all sucked. And maybe that's a whole nother episode, but what it was like when they all sucked. But that was a big thing in this city where there wasn't anything to root for. Michigan football had been completely ripped apart after 97, right? It all just started to go downhill, like as soon as Lloyd Carr left. Hockey Town was fading away in the late 2000s. We had that and the Pistons, or I'm sorry, that and the Red Wings playoff streak to kind of hang our heads on, even though we knew it really wasn't getting anywhere and our team was getting older and nothing was getting done. Basketball was mute, right? So the original owner of the Pistons, he had passed, and the family basically said, we're not going to do anything with the team. We're just going to kind of let it sit idle, that Bill Davidson, until we can find a buyer. So Joe Dumars, sorry, I know you just gave us literally awesome future dynasty level team, but we're not investing anymore. We're done. Just going to have to deal with it. Which was a shame, right? Because what he built there in that going to work Pistons, that was awesome, right? And you look at some of these trades and some of these guys that almost came through and that would have kept that whole thing running. Really good on Joe's part and unfortunate on the Davidson's part, but I get it, right? They wanted to get out of the game. So that sat mute for quite a while. And then with Tom Gores buying the Pistons, you could not give away tickets to see to see them. It was especially when they were out in Auburn Hills. You drove all the way out to Auburn Hills to sit in a big parking lot, to walk really far, to watch them play awful basketball. And when you see these teams come through, they're not even bringing their stars in because it's not worth it. So, and then the Tigers.